Yo, 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 yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 happy hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a little two-stepping Tuesday, always brought to you by the best Tito's. And, buddy, I don't feel so bad about Ole Miss losing to Murray State. They have punched their ticket to the College World Series. The College World Series is all set. 8 teams headed to Omaha. Murray State, by the way, they beat Duke last night, becoming the fourth seed since 1999 to advance to the College World Series. Holy moly, moly, moly. Did I have fun last night? College baseball, man. The regionals, the super regionals, Omaha, it's going to be filthy. And the pay for play, the NCAA v. House, all the news and all the stuff that we talked about, revenue sharing, etc. yesterday, it's still, when you go watch some college baseball or you watch college sports, you see the passion, you see the love, you see the excitement, and that's why they play the games, because you also see crazy things that absolutely happen. And learned a little bit more about some Murray State baseball. Those boys are scrappers. They do not play games, and they just came out there and hit and pitched and played amazing defense. And right now, they are balling, shot calling, and I'm here for it. And they got this center fielder named Jonathan Hogart, who went 2 for 5 yesterday, 2 solo home runs in the winner-take-all game number 3 against Duke. And it was sick. 22nd home run of the year. That's the most ever at Murray State by a player. And the crazy thing about last night is the ending of that baseball game. And if you didn't watch it, I'm going to give it to you. Are you ready? Sit here and envision this. There is 1 out in a 1-run baseball game. It's the bottom of the 9th. Duke's up playing Murray State 5-4. A runner on first base, 1 out. 1 out. Ball hit right to the shortstop. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Ball game is going to be over. Probably not, because the dude at first, like the dude in the box who was hitting, was getting down the line like a madman, and it wasn't hit that hard. So he was going to definitely beat out the throw, but the guy didn't get to make the throw. Because when he caught the baseball, he stepped on the bag and he went straight forward to the first baseman. The man on first slides directly into the bag, does not deviate in any way. Immediately, because they make contact, the umpire calls both runners out. The game is over. Murray State runs to the center and dog piles their pitcher. Dog piles them. They're going crazy. But no. Duke says, I want this to be reviewed. He didn't deviate outside of the base path. You can't call the runner at first out. They go up there, they look at it. It was obvious. He literally slid perfectly into second base. Perfect slide, did not deviate. It was the second baseman who, when he stepped on second base, went straight into the base runner. So guess what happens? They review after Murray State has basically been celebrating that they are going to Omaha. First time Murray State's ever been to the College World Series. Only the 4th time a 4 seed since 1999 has made it to Omaha. They're dogpiling the pitcher. They think they won, and now they got to go back out there. There's a man on first base and get 2 outs against Duke's best deadgum hitter. I don't know about you, but I was thinking to myself, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Because I took Murray State at the end of the night last night. I couldn't help it. That first inning, the way they came out and bumped when that game got tied up, I went ahead and took Murray State. I'm like, man, plus money. This team's fighting. They hit. They play defense. Their pitchers ain't scared. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, how are they going to go from literally thinking they punched the ticket, the ball game's over, then they got to go out there and get another out. This is setting up perfect for Duke to go out there and pull one off. Their best hitters at the plate. Well, the pitcher was a baller. He manned up. He got the final out. Ball game. They're going to Omaha. But I was thinking to myself, how difficult, and I want to know what you think, because this isn't something in my head, because I know how my poor brain works. If I went in a tight baseball game, and I'm out there pressing, and I'm pitching, and I'm focused, or I'm in the field, and I just think that we just punched our ticket to Omaha. And again, everybody on the team ran out to the pitcher's mound and dives on them. It's a celebration that's going down for real. And then all of a sudden, you got to go back out there and get that last out. To refocus yourself, to recenter yourself. When the Duke fans are going crazy, their best hitter's coming up.
Should send them to the school of Halliburton.
Man, let me just tell you something. Now, Halliburton right now has lost a few inches. He's like Winnie Ficini, who had a 40-foot Winnie until he met the woman next door. She thought it was a snake. She whacked it with a rake, and now it's only 6'4".
Has he lost all those kahunas since Friday?
I'm just saying, we are in a me. Now. I don't remember yesterday. Like game number 1 feels like last month, doesn't it? Because OKC put a whooping on him. But my point is if you were the pitcher on that bump who's been battling, and then you think you're there and everybody just dogpiles you, and you got to get up off that damn ground and go out there and get that last out, how difficult would that have been for you to recenter yourself? I was just waiting. Or if you're the second baseman and the ground balls hit to you, do you all of a sudden get the yips with your throwing? If a bad hop happens, does all of a sudden that, oh my God, this isn't going to happen, do those negative thoughts start to sink in?
Yes, they do. If you're looking for my answer, yes, they do. But the great ones, put it out.
I just know I can be honest, and I'm going to be honest when I say this. I know for me, like that was a terrible call by the umpire. Like that was a terrible call to call both runners out. It was obvious, like he was standing right there. I don't know how you could have sit there and said that the runner was trying to take out the second baseman. Second baseman didn't get off the damn bag. It was a slow turn. And then instead of going forward, jumping up, doing anything, he just turns around and jumps into the homie who's sliding into the bag, trying to get there to be safe because it was a bang-bang play. I'm just knowing one thing. If I was a Murray State fan last night, I would have been tight. I would have been freaking out. And I was a Murray State fan last night because I believed when they came back, I was like, oh, we're doomed. This is just one of those damn things. But congratulations and holy hell, D1 baseball in the bastion of all things, the sports world. We talk about like the discourse of the House versus the NCAA yesterday, the $20.5 million in revenue sharing. I talked about the Big East yesterday, how they specialize in basketball. The Big East in hoops looks like it's going to be awesome. I saw the other day that Mississippi State looks like they're about to recenter themselves and focus on becoming a baseball powerhouse.
John, quick question. You have a national champion, in your family. Are you looking to get some back pay from NIL? For your national champion?
Actually, thank you for the reminder.
There you go, sir.
Holy hell.
This should involve the Harden House.
Hell yeah, Harden House don't play no games, man. Thank you for that. I will file it on her behalf, and I don't know, I'm her dad. Nah, she got one more year, though. But my point is, college sports is changing a whole lot. University of Memphis, I have many, many fears. I feel like now athletic departments are going to have to start saying, like, if you're an athletic department that's in the SEC, the Big 10, the Big 12, the ACC, you're feeling fine. I'm talking about the little guys. You're going to have to start prioritizing the revenue that we do make. Where are we going to share it? Are we going to go for football, or are we going to go for baseball? Are we going to start have athletic departments that specialize in certain things? I don't know. But I will say I think it's going to be the hardest to specialize in D1 baseball. Because look at, like, Murray State.
They have 17 transfers, Murray State.
Oh, they do. But they were dudes also that were not being recruited by the big boys like the Texases, the Tennessees. Tony Vitello and Mike Bianco were not walking up in their living rooms. You know what I'm saying? But these kids still did it. They made it there. It's very, very impressive. And if you don't know, the field. The two favorites, by the way, this is crazy. Did you see the betting favorites for the College World Series? Anybody? Do you know the teams? Because I just realized probably most of y'all don't even have a clue. Starting, Friday night? Friday afternoon when the College World Series starts from Omaha, you have Arizona who's playing Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina is legit. Arizona beating North Carolina is still a shocker to me. I mean, North Carolina, a blue blood baseball program, basketball as well. Arizona got a whipping on them. Louisville, who can hit the hell out of the baseball, had some very timely pitching. And they played in, I think, what was the best series in the Super Regionals versus Miami. They're going to play Oregon State. Problem is, Oregon State, like the two teams that are the most interesting for me in this tournament right now, obviously Murray State's a fascinating case. I want my man Dave Van Noy to get a chip over at Arkansas. But the Beavers, who are not in a conference, who had to piece together a crazy, crazy schedule, they're now 5-0 when facing elimination games throughout the process from the regionals to the super regionals. They've also outscored the team 64-16. They're a bunch of hitting machines, and this is their 8th College World Series appearance, but it's the first since 2018, and they are independent. And the last independent team to make it to the College World Series was who? Miami in 2004. So you know how much I love Beaver, right? Let's go Oregon State. I'm also calling the Hogs the best coach to not have a chip. And I'm also calling all my gamblers. Who do you like at 901-360-8255? That's the Sissy's Log Cabin text and listener line because life's too short for ordinary jewelry. Who you betting? The odds on favorite, which is also weird, by the way, if you look at the odds on favorite. Do y'all realize
So the streets think you have your money on the Beavers, by the way.
I always have my money on the Beavers. Always. That's where I spend. Heck, man, I remember the greatest advice I ever got in my life, man. This guy came up to me. He's like, yo, man, you got to give your money to charity. So I started giving my money to charity. And then I met this OG. He's like, bro, how much money you giving to charity? I was like, all of it, bro. He's like, man, you can give 60% to charity. But why don't you give that other 40% to Destiny over there now? Why have one when you can have two? But, man, the two betting favorites, Arkansas and LSU, play each other in Omaha. First jump. You have UCLA and Murray State. And, again, talking about the betting favorites, who y'all like out there? Let me know. I like the Beavers. I love the Beavers. I like the Hogs. The Hogs are only plus 200 to win the College World Series. Look, there's 8 teams. The fact that they're a plus 200 says a lot about them boys who absolutely wore out the Vols. Tony V's team only got 10 hits in the 2 games. 10 hits in 2 games. LSU, who's got a great defense. They got some horses on the bump. And they got some damn timely hitting, starting to really hit the cover off the baseball, especially the little shortstop who's been popping that junt. They're plus 240. Coastal Carolina, plus 600. The Beavers. Them warm and fuzzy little Beavers They're plus 700. UCLA plus 1,000. Arizona plus 1,200. Louisville, who can hit, plus 1,500. And then Murray State plus 2,000. The crazy thing is, did you know yesterday before the game started against Duke, you could have got Murray State plus 10,000. No, plus 11,000 to win the College World Series. And it dropped 9,000. It's now plus 2,000 because, damn it, they made it to Omaha. Man, I know I talked a lot of college baseball, but damn it, it's been
You know,
so
make me
much
want to say Omaha,
fun.
Omaha.
That makes
Be a
me
little
think of
Peyton
football
Manning.
with Peyton Manning. Omaha! Peyton Manning's such a pimp. That dude, like, figured out how he could make he figured out where ducks were going to fly. Think about how genius you have to be. Peyton Manning and his giant mega mind brain was able, most people don't even know where a tight spiral is going. This man's brain worked on another level. He knew where ducks were going. Sick, man. Omaha, baseball, all set. Now, we got Jeremy Merritt, Germ, as I like to call him, joining us. Views from the 22. You know what we're going to talk about, don't you? The NFL. Talk a little NBA. We got the finals tomorrow. Every year I say the same thing. 2 days between games makes me crazy. I know we want them rested and everything, but I also need my fix. How many junkies out there do you know can go 48 hours without a fix? Thank you, college baseball.
Not too many at all. That's a long time without a fix.
And that's what we doing with the basketball. We got you give us the playoffs day after day after day after day after day, and then you take our fix away. Trying to get a bunch of people out there fiending in these streets.
Supply and demand, right?
The heat's going up. Yeah, now we only got like a few pushers, 2 of them. It's terrible. But we're going to talk NFL. I'm going to talk about Cam Ward with my man Mo. We also got to talk about the Aaron Rodgers news, of course. It's legit. It's done. It's going to happen. Talk about some quarterbacks. C.J. Stroud. Titans, Cam Ward. Now you have the OG and the vet over there and Trevor Lawrence. Sunshine. I don't know what the Colts are going to do because Anthony Richards always injured and he's not any good. But those 3 young quarterbacks, 5 years. C.J. Stroud looked great. Trevor Lawrence looks great, like in a commercial with his long hair and maybe on a book like Fabio. But on the football field, might as well put on a dress on that kid. Now, Cam Ward,
I can't let you do him. I used to be a Jacksonvillian, John. He'll bounce back, or at least I'm hoping for him.
Sure.
I'm hoping for him,
We see it
John.
all the time, man. I've watched it so many times. You know how, like, you see a very mid-grade quarterback, and then he goes and gets $275 million guaranteed dollars, and then all of a sudden he just gets even better.
He likes the Waffle House, John.
Nah, bro. Yeah. Hey, bro, are you taking your life serious at quarterback? Tom Brady was on TB12. That man wouldn't eat like sugar. He wouldn't eat ketchups because it would give him inflammation. Come on now. Trevor Lawrence down there doing book covers, hanging out in the Waffle House, going to be fat one day because I don't know if you know this, your metabolism changes, homie.
With the scrambled, diced, and smothered.
Man.
I hope he does well, though.
He does have, though, a pimp. You know, can he play quarterback as well? You think Travis Hunter can play quarterback too? Quarterback?
If anyone can throw the ball and catch it to themselves, yep. That's what we thinking. Like, yep, it would be Hunter.
I still think it was crazy with this roster that they basically gave all that they gave away for Travis Hunter to move up, 2 spots. But he's a stud. And we're going to talk with Mo about it because, again, we got so much NFL news, notes, nuggets, and stories. What are we, like 90 days away from the NFL? I know it's getting closer. Right? We're inside 100 days. Those are facts. We also got to talk about the Commanders. Did you see Scary Terry's skipping minicamp?
He needs his money.
Well, he's also like, you know, there's a scuttlebutt. Like the Raiders, would they trade for Scary Terry and give Geno Smith the real number 1? get back that pick that they gave away, throw in a little some. There's rumors. Well, we love rumors. We love reckless speculation. We love the NFL. I love the College World Series. It's set. The NBA Finals, I just keep making money. And by the way, hey. Hockey. That hockey stuff, bro. I am not the great hockey picker.
The Cup of Stanley.
The Lord Stanley's Cup. I was on the Oilers in game 1. How you like me now? I went over 1.5 goals in the first period. How you like me now?
How'd that bet go? I heard you and Landon the other day, and you went with the Oilers, and I think you went with Texas baseball because Houston had the Oilers or something.
And I went over the total goals in that game, put them
So
all together for a throuple that I'll never forget.
You can thank Landon for that.
Man, I ain't thinking. Why would I thank Landon on my show?
Because he made you remember that Houston had the Oilers, and you like, yeah, let's put that bet together. I heard it, John. It was on there.
Man, you know what? I guess I will give him some credit.
There you go. Give my man some, man.
Thank you, Landon, for making me see the light and see the vision. And by the way, again, the hockey stuff, Panthers, when they scored that goal in the first period, it jumped up to 2.5 goals. I went under the 2.5 goals. And then in the second period, I went over. And then when that sucker went all the way up to under 8.5 total goals, I went under. I was like in-game gambling on hockey, and I was reading it like I was Miss Cleo. I was reading them hockey players like they were women basketball players. I was loving it, man. It's been a very profitable.
Shout out to Alan Nosey, the former Miss Cleo.
Yeah, Alan Nosey, by the way, doing pretty good on them ponies. We hadn't even talked about that junt.
The Belmont that he gave you.
Mm-hmm.
You know when I'm not here, I actually listen to you. You know that, right?
That's actually very kind.
What you gonna say, sweet? You gonna say sweet on there?
Then I realized, like, listen, just because you're a little bitty man doesn't mean I can call you sweet. You're not a child. You're not my little sweet boy. You're a full-grown ass man, and I'm gonna throw you that respect that you deserve, Darian. He's over at Channel 5, man, in these streets, dealing with real life. I think he comes here just to, like,
take a load off.
Take
the place is so stressful, man. You have to have a level of professionalism when you're working with Joe Birch, man. Like, you know, he just takes you. He just adds that stress.
So there's different levels of professionalism.
Yeah, it's TV
between
professionalism.
Me and Joe Birch, what are you talking about?
He has to wear a suit to work. You don't.
How do you know?
Well, you are suited and booted, but not in that type. You know what I mean? Like, TV's pressure is different. I have to use certain words on TV.
One day, what was it, last year?
I put you on TV.
Air conditioning. Thank you, by the way. I love that. Our air conditioning was out, and I forgot that we had the thing, and I was like, yo, homie, don't put my screen on. Just put the thing on, because I was in here in my almost my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was like, damn, what you doing your show naked? I'm like, no, I got boxers on, Holmes. It's like 100 degrees. It was like 90 degrees up in this joint.
Yeah, the people on the Twitter, the X, they could see you.
I got to take a time out. We got Jeremy Merritt, views from the 22. My man knows football. You know what I'm saying? And he probably knows more football right now than Jim McMahon. But that's only because he doesn't have CTE. Mo's next. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11, here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises. Just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it. Because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes some special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
Is your captain speaking? Does the passenger with the airbags off you or who?
No way am I letting travel constipation ruin this trip.
Can't blame you. Airbag works fast. Moving out the harsh side effects.
Since I'm such a smart traveler, can I move to first class?
No. Over, Carol.
Makers of Miralax. New Miralax soft chews work naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes to give you a comfortable go on the go. Look for Miralax at Walmart today. Occasional constipation contains magnesium hydroxide.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus in Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199. Each and every Sunday morning at 11 to join Ottawa Presbyterian Church for worship. Ottawa is a PCUSA church downtown Memphis.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Thomas, most of it being Thomas after, but instead the ball is moved.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour.
Little Omaha action.
Everybody's ready for the College World Series. It's all set, baby. You got 2 SEC teams. You got Arkansas, Pig Suey, Razorbacks. How you like men now? I do have to say, man, their little pitcher Root in that game number 1 against Tennessee. Boy, he was fired up after that seventh inning, wasn't he? Man, they got that fire going. Had me fired up, I can tell you that much. Well, we've had a lot of things going on, and there's just a couple little notes and a few little nuggets that we need to get here. And by the way, Germ is at noon, right?
He's welcomed at noon.
Good job, y'all. I'm glad that y'all stay on top of things.
We try to.
Lord and Lord. I was about to talk a little NFL football with him because I'm pretty much excited about the National Football League.
What has you hyped up about the National Not-for-Long League?
Not for long, that's what it means for like your career because you got to be a stud to be there for a long, long time because this ain't no joke.
You know what? Let me ask you one quick question, professional man, Johnny. After the year that Jaden Daniels had, how much pressure is on that quarterback in Chicago? Because, and I'll preface it with this, they passed on Pat Mahomes, so they've heard that before.
Dude, let me tell you something. That's a great question, actually.
When you put it in perspective, I want to put it in perspective as you've already passed on to Pat Mahomes, and now you see what Jaden is doing. Do you have that feeling you passed on a Pat Mahomes type for a second time?
No.
Jaden's not that good, you don't think?
No. Jaden.
They passed on him. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the Bears passed.
They did. Yes, they did. And I agree. But I don't think Bears fan can be scared right now because, again, why would you let an organization that's obviously proved, like why would the organization let Matt Eberflus stay when they have watched him not be able to develop a quarterback in Justin Fields? We have watched their team and their coaches and everybody do all these same things. Caleb Williams is going to get his chance now. Now, is there more pressure on Caleb Williams because he doesn't want to be Bryce Young? Yes. Because C.J. Stroud, everybody in the world. Now, I knew on draft day. Do you remember when I came in here how bad I was? I called it
You
the
wanted both number
worst-
2 picks.
I called it the worst pick in NFL history. You can't take
Speaking of Bryce, right?
yes.
Yeah.
You can't take a 5'10" dude who's a $180 in the National Football League and think that he's going to be Doug Flutie. And what was Doug Flutie's ceiling?
Flakes, Flutie Flakes.
He sold a lot of Flutie Flakes. He had fans excited running around and pirouetting. But the Bills, did you see him in the Super Bowl? Did you see Doug Flutie doing the commercial? Did he say he was going to Disney? Nope. Show didn't. Hell, Jim Kelly couldn't get Buffalo to the promised land. I mean, he got him to the game. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4.
Quattro times.
But damn, bro, couldn't win it. Was it Scott Norwood? Missed the kick. They got routed. There's a bunch of stuff that went on. Damn, Cowboys embarrassed them. Josh Allen ain't got him there. But yes, C.J. Stroud is obviously, in 2 years, been fabulous. Last year, everybody's like, oh, it's such a down year for C.J. Stroud. And then they go out there and win a playoff game. They did win their division, people.
Wasn't there a playoff game against a guy you said is no good, though?
Trevor Lawrence. I
Yeah.
mean, was it Justin Herbert or Trevor Lawrence?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. There was Herbert.
It was-
yeah.
it
It
was
was Herbert.
Herbert.
Yeah, there was Herbert. Yeah, there was Herbert. Who lost to
Because
who beat
Herbert-
Lawrence? Lawrence gave up the lead to Herbert. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a 24 point
27, wasn't it?
27 points. Something ridiculous halftime lead
Gave it up.
and couldn't hold on to the bag. Spend all night breaking into the safe, get all the money in the bag, and you drop the bag, man.
But long story short, you say don't panic on Caleb just yet, right?
No, but I will tell you, don't have unreal expectations for Caleb this year.
He got weapons though, John, and the smart head coach now.
Well, then let me just explain something to you. He has a new head coach, a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator, a new entire staff. In fact, you do realize that Ben Johnson brought back one coach, and that was the defense. Sorry, the defensive coordinator is returning. Not a single person on the offensive side of the ball will be back. There's going to be a learning curve. Caleb, they want him now playing under the center. Ben Johnson does tons of play action. Who ran more play action than anybody in the NFL? That would be the Detroit Lions. Who was the offensive coordinator? Oh, that would be Ben Johnson. They don't just have Cole Kmet. They went out there and drafted themselves a badass tight end. Who ran 12 personnel more than anybody? That was Detroit. 2 tight ends, a running back.
Got this stat for you from Detroit: 175 touchdowns, 158 punts. They can score the ball. Ben Johnson.
Ben can score with Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Do you remember the offensive line? And let's just remind you.
Or what was the
Dude,
offensive line?
Hey, man, Frank gone, but they'll be able to replace him. And he's great. Yes, he was a 4-time All-Pro, 7 years NFL. Dude's a damn stud. Don't get me wrong. But they still have.
Penny.
They have, Penei
Penei.
Sewell, the best damn tackle, and they also have the best 2 running backs combo right now. Let's be real. Jameer
Sonic and
Gibbs,
Knuckles, right? Sonic and Knuckles.
Lord have mercy. But you know what Ben Johnson does have?
What do you got now?
He has a quarterback he can work with, more athletic than Jared Goff. He can throw every pass. He might wear fingernail paint and be a whiner. But Ben Johnson, if you haven't noticed, has been addressing lately in the meeting and lately to the media what? What is Caleb Williams' worst flaw in your opinion?
Plays off schedule a lot. In my opinion.
I think it is his body language.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
He is a whiny little female dog. Collapses on the sideline.
Ben is
goes
actively
up.
trying to change that,
Dude,
right?
he's been saying body language is you got to act like you've been there and done that. You got to be professional. You can't sit there and show up your coaches, show up your teammates, throw your hand down if they drop a pass. You can't act like a female on a football field. I love females more than I love males. I can promise you that.
Okay, I'll give you a better one. How about Jay Cutler? Can't act like Jay Cutler.
Can't act. Well, no, Pouty Face at least didn't go over there and just throw himself. Pouty Face had a woman at home who was sleeping in with every single dude she can and going on every show and telling everybody about it. Yeah, he had a pouty face, okay? Kristen Cavallari ruined that man. Poor guy. You're out there still throwing shade to Pouty Face. But Caleb's got DeAndre Swift. They have also DJ Moore. They drafted last year Roma Dunze, who's got promise. And then do you remember they stole in the second round Luther Burden? Again, you have Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland, two great tight ends. Their offensive line is going to be much better. Joe Tooney's over there. Jonah Jackson.
Yeah, the only subtraction was Keenan Allen, sounds like, from that wide receiver core.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
I think
he's
you're
not
right.
there anymore, though.
I know he's not there, but I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. I'm not sure. Defense, we'll see. I mean, you got Sweat coming off the edge. Edmonds. They're going to be all right, but I think the thing is we also can't expect Caleb Williams to all of a sudden be Jaden Daniels was last year, because Caleb Williams, this is now going to be his first year in a new offense, in his second year in the National Football League. And Matt Eberflus didn't help. He had terrible body language. He held the ball and took too many sacks. He was flustered and frustrated. I do think Ben Johnson is definitely going to improve the offense. And I do think Caleb Williams is okay, and he is fine. Is he going to be Bryce Young? No. I think Caleb and Jaden are both going to be fine. I think Jaden Daniels is better. Jaden Daniels is on a different level. And again, a lot of people out there are like, he's got to take a next step. He does? I mean, you go to the NFC Championship game next year, I'd call that a success. Does he have to take like a huge leap?
I mean, it's not much going to take. He won a division,
He was the
right?
best quarterback in the NFL on fourth down last year. The best. He has ice water running through his veins. He runs, he throws, and guess what? This is a team that I think has gotten a hell of a lot better. I really do like this team. I mean, you got Scary Terry still, except for the rumors I'll address here in a minute. They brought over Debo. You got my man Zach Ertz, a very good offensive line. You got Tunsil over there.
No, my apologies, John. He does have a step to take. The Eagles won that division. He can start by winning his division. Speaking of Daniels and the Commanders.
Oh, I hear what you're saying, but damn, I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know this, but the Eagles are a really good football team. I mean, you had
Said take a step.
both teams in the NFC East were playing in the NFC Championship game again. You can be the number 2 team in the NFC East. If you get to the NFC Championship game, you still got to call it. I mean, the kid is only in his second year. And the Eagles, again, this is what's crazy to me, is as good as the Eagles were last year. Now you're really going to think I'm crazy. Did you see what they did in the draft? Did you?
Yeah.
So what are the Eagles really good at?
Running the ball.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, you want to go on the other side
I'm
of the
on
ball.
the other side of the
I think
ball.
you're on the other side of the ball.
I'm on the other side of the ball. They are, Howie Roseman is one of the best. You know what he does? He drafted basically Georgia's defense for a few years. You know what I mean? You got N'Kobe Dean, Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. And then this year, what did they do with their first pick? They went and got Jahad Campbell out of Alabama, who I think is one of the best linebackers. And I don't know if you know this, Zach Bond, who they brought over from a special teams player, turned into the best middle linebacker in football last year. You got N'Kobe Dean, you got Nolan Smith, you got Zach Bond, and you just drafted Jahad Campbell. You already got Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, two damn, nose tackle, defensive end. Jordan Davis is the nose tackle, but Jalen Carter can play edge. He can play inside. He's a monster. He's a run stopper. He's a pass rusher. He's a freak.
Reminds you of Khalil Mack back in the day.
You still got Icy White back there, and my boy Reed Blankenship and Cooper DeJean.
Not Icy White. I like that.
You got
I like that.
Cooper DeJean. Everybody like, man, we hadn't had a white cornerback since Jason Sehorn. What, you didn't watch football last year because the Eagles got 2 of them. I couldn't believe it either. I believe it had to be 1970 or something before the last time they had 2 cornerbacks that were both white.
1970.
Serious, man. But Reed Blankenship over his safety, and he's actually Reed's a strong safety, but you know what I'm saying in that damn backfield.
5th round, they got another linebacker out of Georgia.
Ringo, don't forget Ringo, their cornerback. Oh yeah, they got
Munden Jr.
What is it? Smell, something. He has a weird.
Smell Munden.
Yeah, they got him out of Georgia because they love Georgia. They also got a damn defensive tackle with the 3rd overall pick, and they got one of the best safeties in the draft in Andre
Makuba
from Texas.
Texas.
By the way, that kid is ridiculous. And didn't I just talk to you about their secondary? Like, yeah, no, they don't got Slay no more. But you put Makuba at free safety, Blankenship at the strong safety. You're going to have Keely Ringo, who's long and athletic, and Cooper DeJean out there. They secondary good, they linebackers good, and guess what else is good? They defensive front. So
I feel you.
The Eagles have something that the Commanders don't, and that's why I'm talking about that side of the ball, because, yes, while they are trying to fill some holes over in Washington, that defense sure as hell ain't Philadelphia's. But, man, Jaden Daniels has completely resurrected this junt. And I love Trey Amos out of Ole Miss. They got a cornerback they needed last year. You saw how that secondary was getting torched, did you not?
Yep.
They went out and got Trey Amos out of Ole Miss, who I think is going to be really good. They also picked up that linebacker out of UCLA. He's a little raw, but he's athletic, he's fast, and he likes to light people up. And they got that offensive tackle out of Oregon, late 1st round, who I think is going to be a damn good addition and keep Jaden Daniels upright for a long time. I like what they've done. They also have some rumors going around right now, which are, to me, very, how do I say this? They're interesting in the aspect that I don't know if this would be a very, 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 very smart decision. And the reason I say that is because, do you think playing for, like, yes, right now, when you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, you see what Howie Roseman's done. You see the window. Like, the Eagles are built to win now, you know? Jalen Hurts is playing amazing. We also forget their wide receiving situation over in Philadelphia. We talked about the defense. But you got a quarterback who's played in 2 Super Bowls. He would have been the MVP in the first one if Padman Holes didn't pull that one out of his keister. He won the 2nd Super Bowl, was the MVP. Saquon Barkley, you have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jahan Dotson, and let's not forget Dallas Goedert. Like, they're loaded on offense, they're loaded on defense. Jason Kelsey leaves, no problem, but they bring in Cam Jurgens, who just was like, what's up, dog? I got this. They go Philadelphia, the brotherly shove, and don't miss a beat. Like, the Eagles' window is open right now. The Commanders, to win it all, their window ain't open, like, right this second. I feel like the Rams' window is more open this year than the Commanders. Now, do I think the Commanders are going to be damn good? Are they going to be in the playoffs? Absolutely. But the rumor on them streets is that Scary Terry might be up. Raiders are trying to find a wide receiver, a real number 1, to help out Geno Smith and, of course, Brock Bowers over there. Scary Terry wants his dadgum money. He is not in minicamp. I know you got Debo over there, but are you ready to go with, like, Luke McCaffrey, Noah Brown, and Debo Samuels as your number 1 after you just had that kid? I don't know. But they would get the rumor on the streets is they're trying to, give away next year's number 1 overall to get Scary Terry. We'll see.
Not a bad starting salary. What he's skipping out on, but I mean, I understand he wants more. He's skipping out on $15.5 million right now. That's what he's due this year. I think I'd be in camp for $15.5, Joe.
I don't know, man. You saw Stephon Diggs, who's out with Cardi B, got $60 million from the Patriots. He's ready to get his damn money, bro. You know? He's out there doing pink cocaine with a bunch of other chicks, partying at his damn sister's wedding, acting all weird and stuff. And you're telling me Scary Terry, he does nothing but catch the damn ball every time it's thrown to him, doesn't do anything. 3rd round pick at Ohio State. Man's ready for his money.
Okay, after I look at the top 5, I understand. The top 5, Jamar's making 40, Jefferson's 35, CD 34, DK 32, and AJ 32. So, yeah, 15-5, you got to give me north of 25, right? To get me in count.
I mean, yeah, bro. Brandon Ayuk, you saw what he held out for. Didn't even finish the year. Sadly, blew out his knee. You're a San Francisco guy.
Yep.
But who would you rather have? Ayuk, a great route runner, or Scary Terry, a legit number 1?
Terry's legit. I'm with you. Totally legit.
Too legit. He's too legit.
But he's not with that top 5.
Hey.
Look at you, MC Hammer. Look at you. You got a little soul to you too, man.
Bruh.
But that top 5 wide receiver,
Tommy
he ain't
Richmond,
cracking
man.
it though,
Just
right?
get sexy red up in this joint, man. You know?
Get you some sexy red. I would love to see that picture, John the sexy red. But back to the top 5 wide receiver, he's not top 5, right? Not with those guys, right? Are you taking Scary Terry over any of those guys? Okay.
No, I'm not saying.
So you got to give him close. You got to give him around 30, right?
But I'm going to tell you what Scary Terry is. He is a legitimate number 1.
Legit.
He is a top 32 receiver on planet Earth.
And he didn't have a great number 2, so people focused on him, and he still had a great year. That's why I agree that he's legit.
And I'm kind of curious. What do you think? What do you think it would be like if you've put up the numbers that Scary Terry's put up, and next year you'll be a free agent? And an unrestricted free agent, of course, because nobody gets that except for Kirk Cousins and
Slap that tag on him.
shoot. That man, what
He
I'm
wouldn't
just
be
saying
happy.
is, do you want to give them 4 fabulous seasons and then go into the last year without the potential to get yo cash?
No.
I mean, year 1, 1 million. Year 2, 2 million. Last year he got some real money when he got 15 million. This year he'll get 15 million, but he don't have a contract. And in the National Football League, guaranteed,
Not for long.
Not for long. Guaranteed money is key. Again, Diggs, who didn't do jack, come off another injury out of Houston last year, got paid a bag of money, and again has been snorting cocaine, pink cocaine in Miami.
Allegedly, John.
No, it's on video. Mike Vrabel had to address it. They even had the rumors that they might cut him. No, you can't. They gotta
Could
have
have been
somebody
pink
for Drake.
Himalayan salt, John.
You know what? That's exactly. I can't believe you said that. Great minds think alike. That's exactly, because I do pink Himalayan salt every
I love
morning.
it too. I love it.
I put a little bit under my tongue. I drink my lemon water, lemon, before I drink any coffee or anything like that. Get a little hydrated. I would have said the same thing. What are you talking about, Coach? Man, I'm starting to stay hydrated with these women. You know how much horizontal mamboing I was doing? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You didn't even see all them girls on that boat. There was 8 more in the back.
Because one was filming. You didn't see the person holding the camera.
I needed to hydrate. Young folks don't even know. I still don't know why they don't give salt packs to players like they used to when we were growing up. You start cramping and stuff, man. Them
drink
salt
pickle juice,
packs,
right?
Son. Yep, pickle
Drinking
juice.
They don't do that anymore either.
I was a pickle juice. I didn't like pickle juice at all.
I ended up liking it.
But yeah, after you have to drink it for years on years and years, you acquire a taste for
There you
almost
go.
anything. Almost, I said anything. Because I can promise you, never mind.
Look at you schooling the youth of the world. But you tend to do that. You tend to give them nuggets to hold on to,
So if you're Scary Terry, don't you want to
get
be
paid.
appreciated? And last year, I guarantee you, I'm not going to look at his numbers, but I bet you he caught over 75 balls for over 1,000 yards, and I bet he caught over 10 touchdowns. I mean,
Last season, I have that in front of me.
Pull it up.
Career best, 13 touchdowns, 82 catches, 1,096 yards.
that has got to be top 20 in every stat, right?
Easy. Oh, yeah.
Do you have those in front of you?
Let me get those.
I mean, if you're a top 20 performer, and by the way, do you realize who else they had last year? Let's come on, man. Let's be real. It was Scary Terry, and he did that with a rookie quarterback who happened to be very, very special. But you know what I'm saying? He wants his bag. Give him his bag.
Touchdowns, he was second behind that man, Jamar Chase.
Damn, he was second.
Chase had 17. He had.
I thought
13.
I knew. I said top 20 in all of them, but second, 13 was the man. That's pretty
And
fascinating.
he played all 17, so he's out there on your field. 15th in yards. That 1096 was
inside
15.
the top 20.
You're in fuego right now, sir.
One more. Let's go, Johnny.
And receptions, he was 16th with 82.
Just to call me Mr. Cleo.
So every last one of them were top 20 easily, and you're bordering top 15
I told
with
you.
every last one of them.
Call me Miss Cleo, yo.
Mr. Cleo. You can't be Miss Cleo. You have a Y.
Oh, yeah, I got a
Yeah.
white chromosome.
Yeah, I listened to the
ain't going
show.
to be out here and try to pretend tranny action. You know what I'm saying? I know it's y'all's month and everything, but no, I got a Y. I'm a man. Dude, you know, like the Gay Pride Festival got rained out last weekend. They were so sad.
Yeah, I had to report it.
I was so. Did you see tears?
Yeah, it was a lot of tears, a lot of sadness.
I hate
the
that.
parade. The parade will go on next year.
And the thing that's terrible about it is, you know what gay means? Happy. And then you had all the gay community sad.
It doesn't add up, right?
No, man. No, bro. That makes me sad. What makes me happy is we will get a little bit of basketball back
Should throw
tomorrow.
a parade at your house.
No. You know why?
Because Chaz ain't going to allow it.
Chaz been on me a little bit lately, like kind of like she got that tight leash on me. Like it's pickleball, hanging out in my backyard.
Does she get down? Does she play?
Yes, she does. She actually gotten pretty good, shockingly.
She better than you? Look at that look.
Like, again, why do you think I'm railing against men and women's sports? You think some girl like that's my mate's gonna be better at me in pickleball?
I mean, you can't beat Coco Golf in pickleball.
Tell that girl to bring her ass.
Tell her bring it. Okay.
Come on, man.
Let's
East
see if I can
Memphis,
set
let's
that up.
go. I got you, Coco. I got you.
Landon says he
Now,
has to
if
make
you
his way
really,
over.
if you want me to lose, I'll lose to Anna Kournikova and Maria Sharapova. Unless we got winner take all stakes, you know what I'm saying? And I take it all off. Damn, them Eastern European girls are fine as hell. That's why I always was against the Cold War. I'm like, bro, why would we want to blow up like all these California women and all these Eastern European women when they fine as hell?
Little Caroline Wozniacki action.
You and your damn...
Like Caroline. She was good.
Carolyn Wozniacki, butterface, everything butterface, brah.
Shout out Sharapova.
Like, damn, dude, I remember, like, I had a friend of mine. He's the only person I know that enjoyed COVID because his girl had to wear a mask, and she had a fine body. So everybody,
stop.
I swear, dude, everybody thought his girlfriend for, like, 3 years was smoking hot. And the people that met her after the mask thing, when she took that sucker off and looked like the Wicked Witch from the West, yup. And think about it. That's a great excuse to have. Like, you can't put a bag on somebody's head anymore because that's considered disrespectful. When we were young, we would just, like, get a paper bag and put it over their head. You know what I'm saying?
Like
hey,
the
girl, come
Aints. Like the New Orleans
on. Yeah. Hey, come on. We playing the Saints today, girl. Come here. Put the bag on.
Playing the Saints today, girl.
Playing the Saints, girl. Come on. Put them on the back. Put it on the back. Put it on the back. You had an excuse with COVID? Don't take that off.
Landon says he owes you a whipping in pickleball, by the way.
You know, I will say one thing. Landon is big, tall, long.
Does that help him on the pickleball court, though?
Yeah,
sir?
range is
It does?
good. Mm-hmm. Think about it, bro. Like, go Gadget arms, man. You ever watch Inspector Gadget?
Shout out to Inspector Gadget.
Like, dude, he wasn't like Inspector Gadget. He wasn't a real good dude. He wasn't really good at solving crimes. Dude just had go Gadget arms. It's kind of like Tyrese Halliburton. Is he really good at basketball or is he just good with snow bunnies? I don't know. We're going to find out. We got to talk with my buddy Jeremy Merritt on the other side. I call him Germ. Views from the 22, talking NBA, NFL, and so much more. Hit me up at the Sissy's Log Cabin text and listener line. Life too short for ordinary jewelry. Man, I can't do a Forrest Gump, bro. What is it? What did he
Life's
say?
like a box of chocolates.
Man, you don't sound like Forrest Gump either. Hold on. Wait,
Run, Forrest, run.
but does Forrest say that, or is that
Oh,
not
yeah, that's right.
Jenny? Jenny. Did Jenny catch the HIV in that show? Is that what killed Jenny? She was like Magic Johnson in that movie. She got that AIDS, didn't she? Is that right?
Landon confirms it was an STD.
Yeah, bro. It's now STIs, but back then it was an STD because I guess now we're politically correct. We don't want to tell people they have diseases. We just say you have an infection, even though you can't cure your infection because you got the HIV or you got the gash. But we're just going to say you have an infection instead of a disease.
John, the internet says Jenny died from hepatitis C.
Oh, bro. That's not good for your liver, bruh. The hell? They gonna eat your liver to pieces. I'm like a doctor and a pharmacist, by the way, on the side. Did you know that? Yep. I think I could deliver a baby, no problem. Got 2 daughters, got 4 grandkids, seen it, done it. Looks kind of easy.
John, I stand corrected. Eric Roth, the screenwriter for that movie, confirmed that the late stage HIV was the illness that Jenny died
Told you
from.
Jenny had the HIV. Man, why'd E have to die?
I don't know where they got hepatitis from.
Why did Easy have to die? Because somebody was trying to say like you get the hep from like dirty needles, or just like, is that cirrhotic? I don't know. I need a little doctor out there. 901-360-8255, and I got germ, so this is a perfect topic on the other side, talking football.
Tito's handmade vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about everything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys, beyond the bottle, Tito's has gained a reputation for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits around the world to serve its community and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's and learn more at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, mainly 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Jenkins Floors and More invites you to the retail warehouse where they pass wholesale savings on to you. Jenkins Floors at 2356 Goodman Road in Horn Lake. Also stores in Cleveland, Mississippi and Little Rock. They specialize in flooring and carpeting, tile, plantation shutters, and blinds. Jenkins makes your life easy with a 2-week turnaround. Contractors, builders, or family projects call 662-469-9350 for a free estimate. Owners Timmy and Rebecca Jenkins say hello to Sports 56 fans and look forward to your business.
Hi, I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I want to thank you for making us part of your dining experiences. Treat yourself tonight with a delightful dinner. Maybe start with an appetizer like our baked sweet peculiar peppers stuffed with goat cheese and mozzarella, finished with basil pistou, and move on to one of our cozy dishes like the double chocolate stout braised boneless beef short ribs with tonkatsu sauce and creamy mashed potatoes. Or a fresh seafood dish like our pan-roasted ginger buttered sea bass with cilantro soy vinaigrette. I get hungry just talking about it. Don't forget about dessert, our famous sweet buttermilk pie with brown sugar sauce, or drink your dessert with one of our signature dessert cocktails, like the lemon cheesecake martini, lemony, icy, frothy, and dusted with graham cracker crumbs. Napa Cafe, open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. For reservations, visit our website at napacafe.com. Come join us. We can't wait to serve you.
Congratulations to Napa Cafe, celebrating 27 years of great food and service for you. Napa Cafe.
So you need to sell your house? I have the solution. Call 901-406-1101. Next time, 406-1101. Call my buddy Bill and I buy houses. Any area, as is. It's literally as simple as that. Pick up your phone. Call 901-406-1101. It's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill and I buy houses. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your house fast, call Bill 901-406-1101. Bill's I buy houses.
56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis with Brad Mooresworthy and Brian Dacus. Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6.
That was one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 at 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 happy hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. We've talked the College World Series as it's all set in Omaha. 8 teams will enter. Only one champion will leave. You got 2 SEC teams. You got Arkansas. You got LSU. We got a 4 seed that made it the 4th ever since 1999 in Murray State. They went down to Oxford, walked them. They went to Durham and walked Duke. Man, bro, we got a lot of AIDS comments today.
Judd, I was waiting. You see, that's why great minds think alike. You and Shane, what am I gonna do with y'all?
I like
do
Shane.
You see
Shane's
this?
smart, bro.
The previous 2 text messages has me in knots. I mean, just quickly, Shane says he identified as a toaster oven to my wife because she can't turn me on easy, Shane.
Dude, Shane, you good, bro.
And he also chimed in about our Forrest and Jenny conversation. He says if she had AIDS, she gave it to Forrest.
No, bro. No, because she never gave it up to Forrest.
Correct, right? They
like,
did, right?
I don't think so, bro. Like, here's what I'm thinking, though. I can promise you one thing. Forrest, if given the opportunity, I think he would have still gone for it and said, you know what?
Oh, Judge, you say he'd have still gone for it?
I think he would have been. I really, truly believe that Forrest would have been like, oh, Jenny, you got the AIDS.
That is grown man business if I ever heard it.
Yes, Forrest. I have a disease that is incurable. I don't care, Jenny. My little Bubba Gump would like to, well, get peeled. Jenny, I could be Magic Johnson, maybe not Easy A. Jenny, why'd Easy have to die?
Jenny, why Easy have to die?
Jenny. Now we got to talk with Germ, my bad. Speaking of Germ, we've been talking about the HIV. I can promise you he ain't got it. Actually, I can't promise you, man. I mean, Jeremy, I'm going to like, oh, gosh, is he there? Oh, I thought we lost him. I was like, I guess that's a bad sign. Maybe I hit a nerve. Yo, Jeremy married Germ, the man from Views from the 22. He knows hoops, he knows football, he knows baseball, he knows it all. He's like Superman, but he don't have no kryptonite. You got Lois Lane, Germ? Jeremy, what's up? Welcome to the machine. I lost him, bro.
No, I can't hear me. I'll try him again.
Well, you're over there pushing the buttons. It's probably your fault.
I guarantee you, are you on mute, Germ? Unmute your phone.
Maybe. I can't
all right, we're trying
hear you at all. I think maybe, you know what? Maybe he was upset because he doesn't like Forrest Gump. That could be. I mean, like, stranger things have happened. How crazy would that be if I lost my guest because he's like, man, do not make fun of
That's his
Forrest
favorite
Gump.
movie or whatnot.
Tom Hanks in Big should have won an Oscar. I want to be a kid. Toys R Us.
There we go. We got Germ.
Yo, Germ, what it do? Boy, it's definitely on your end, Holmes. Why don't you look at Audition and look up there and see if you got it in program? Yo, Germ.
What it do, baby?
Holy moly, Darian over there did him in his job. That's why, by the way, that's why I have to feel like maybe you do get a little bit more work done at Channel 5, because I bet they don't let you watch Pornhub over there during their show.
I am 100% hanging with Landon right now and not doing that.
Yeah, that is a good point. You got another man in the room, and Landon's a preacher, and he's still a virgin. He's still holding down the V Foundation. Sorry, Germ. What up? I'm back. My ADHD's on fire.
Hey, listen. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. First of all, good afternoon. I hope everybody's doing well. This is a wonderful day to talk some sports and have some Tito's. Let's do this.
Let's go! I'm so fired up to have some Tito's because guess what I'm doing after the work today?
Having some Tito.
I'm having Tito's, and I'm heading down to Pickwick, bro. I won't be here. Oh, by the way, everybody, I won't be here tomorrow or Thursday or Friday. I'm going to let Landon and Darian hold down the fort because I'm taking my daughters and my grandkids down to Pickwick for a little skiing, a little chilling, a little cooking.
Time out. Why wouldn't you take us? Why do we have to stay here and work?
But I don't know if you know this, man. Like, you ain't my son, even though you short and little.
Jeremy, I hope you have a great boss, because our boss is he's just all right.
And I only make girls because you have to go deep to make girls, and you know me, bro. Landon, sorry, it's impossible. How'd you like that, Germ?
Ooh. That was kind of.
No, it's cold-blooded, wasn't it? Now, Jeremy, I am so fired up because the NFL is getting, it's getting in my juices. The one reason it's getting so up in my juices because the NBA, they literally turn you into junkies. They give you playoff basketball day after day after day after day after day, and then they take it away from you. And I don't know about you, but a junkie got to have a fix. 48 hours is way too long. So while I'm sitting around twiddling my thumbs, watching a lot of college baseball, I've also been paying a lot of attention to the NFL because the NFL is king, and I'm fired up about so many damn things. So many things. But, man, people in Tennessee are fired up for this young buck Cam Ward. Like, they love this young man.
Well, Cam is a very, very good player. He was a good prospect. He didn't have a lot of the weaknesses that you see that a lot of young quarterbacks have because he has the natural arm talent. He checks all the boxes. He has the good, very, very good leadership qualities and things like that as well. The biggest thing for Cam is just going to be in the first year to not get discouraged by what's around him and allow them to take a couple of years to kind of build this thing around them. Because Tennessee, the biggest thing for the Titans has been like that offensive line. And this is a fun little fact. In the history of the NFL, there are three of the top 10 seasons ever by running back ever recorded rushing wise was
CJ
by a Whaler or a Titan.
Derrick Henry.
And Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell, who still breaks my heart when I used to have to see him at the end of the day when I was a kid. I'd be like, why is he in a wheelchair, Dad? Like, damn, man, man's body broke down.
But if you think about it, that right there, there's some rich history there that I think that they can recreate by going right back to the trenches and rebuilding that offensive line, because that's been a strength of what they've done over the years. And I think if they do that, that'll be a big thing for them. And an honorable mention is they still had Eddie. They also had Mr. Eddie George for a good stretch there, who was also a very dominant player at the running back position. So, I mean, there's a lot of good history there with Tennessee. I think they can build a good running game, build that offensive line. Worry about playmakers as they can find them, because I know that they'll probably get the people that I want to play with Cam, and they have a lot of stuff to be happy about. Defensively, I still think Jeffrey Simmons is one of the best players on the defensive line in the NFL.
Agreed.
He gives you everything that you want. I mean, there's some plays that I can just remember from the top of my head. It was a play when he was playing against the Deshaun Watson Texans, where he literally had a pass deflection that ended up saving the game for them on a 2-point conversion. Like, Jeffrey Simmons is that dude. And, you got Ladarius Sneed in your secondary. You got some pieces. So it's just about putting everything together, getting everybody to come together and really showing, that you guys are going to be a contender and a serious contender in a weak AFC South.
And it is as flaccid as a 90-year-old man with no Viagra. I can tell you that much. It's soft. Speaking of that, I asked this question today. I said, man, 3 years down the pipe, you got Trevor Lawrence, who's now the OG and the old head down in the AFC South. You got the young buck now, Cam Ward. You got still a very, very young buck, but definitely the better pick than Bryce Young. C.J. Stroud's a stud over in Houston. I don't know what Anthony Richardson always injury. I don't know what Indianapolis is going to do. But you look at those three right now. Who's going to have the best quarterback situation in 3 years?
Well, I'm gonna give you a double-sided answer. It could be C.J. Stroud, or it could be Indianapolis, because Indianapolis in this situation could get rid of Anthony Richardson and come out with a quarterback next year.
You mean like a Manning?
I mean, this could be. You can't make some of these stories up sometimes, because some of these stories are real interesting. But with that being said, it could be in that situation kind of like that, or it could be, of course, C.J. Stroud being the best quarterback or one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. It's going to be hard for C.J. because C.J. still plays in a world with Pat Mahomes, so that and Joe Burrow. That's going to be kind of hard, fam.
That's a tough world. That is, and you got Josh Allen as well. But I will tell you one thing: if we just stick in that South, though, he can be the best out of that South, no problem.
Absolutely.
But I also believe, because I might be a little bit crazy, like I am a huge Cam Ward fan, and the reason is again, the young man was a 0-star prospect, goes to Incarnate Word, takes the job as a freshman who ran a wing T in high school and threw, I think, 13 passes his senior year, becomes the player of the year, then goes up to another level. And every year he kept going to another level. So he goes from high school to a little Division II school, dominates, then goes to Division I, Washington State, not promised the job, dominates, then goes to Miami, dominates, wins a Heisman, number 1 overall pick. Now he's just going to another level, and it seems like every single level he levels up. Like he's just one of those guys. He's not scared of competition. He's going to be in the book. Calvin Ridley has been talking about how he's already become the leader of the team. Like this guy, he's just different. He loves him. Like if you're Will Levis on that team, you want to go somewhere and hide, because every time you get a Titan talking about somebody, it's about how Cam Ward's a legit leader and they love this guy, and Will Levis was terrible.
Well, that's because those mail commercials were terrible too. But the biggest thing the biggest thing, like I said, for Cam just, how somebody looks the part, how somebody walks the walk, talks the talk, and everything else. That's just Cam. Like Cam has every intangible thing that you look for. He's got the goods. He's got a good size. He's got the good. That arm is incredible. That arm is probably one of those things that you're going to look at and see. I've seen him throw the ball without the laces on a quick throw, and it got there. So it's a lot of good things for Cam. Cam is going to have a very good career and a very long and successful career, as long as he does not allow himself to get subject to any of the nonsense that happens with franchises that are not notorious for winning Super Bowls. He's going to be the guy who's going to have to change that culture. That culture meaning he's going to have to really dig deep. He's going to have to get his guys on the same page. And most importantly, he's going to have to really make sure that he understands taking care of the ball and each possession means something. Because that is something that's a lost art in today's league. They do not take care of the ball. They do not understand the fundamentals of the position. But most importantly, if he makes his superpower before the snap, that'll be the difference of why Cam will be successful or why he will not be successful and get the things he wants to get out of the NFL.
Tennessee Titan fans got to still feel better because, I went to watch the Jets game last year. I went and saw the Chicago. I went to a couple games. I don't know why. And I watched, a team not score an offensive touchdown and still only lose by 3. Like, that defense was good. Will Levis was a turnover machine. You can't win football games when you're -2 in the turnover rate every single week and you're constantly putting your defense in a bad situation. I think that Will Levis' days are done, but I just think I'm not expecting him to make the playoffs by any means or anything like that. I just feel like we're actually going to see an offense that can go out there and put together a few first downs, give that defense an actual rest every once in a while, and stay competitive because they do get to play twice against the Colts. They do get to play Jacksonville twice. Now, Houston's going to be another thing, but, that schedule, it ain't like it's, it's murderer's row.
Well, if you have the schedule pulled up, John, we could actually do a quick little overview if you want to
Let's
for
rock
all
and
our
let's
Titans.
roll. I don't know if you know this. Watch how fast Darian can pull things up. We got opening up against the Broncos.
Okay,
Whew.
that's a loss.
Okay, not just a loss. The first game you play against what I think might be one of the best secondaries in the National Football League.
Yeah,
That's gonna
that's tough.
be a tough one. And not only do they have a great secondary, let's not forget they kind of come after you a little bit. And again, but back there, I mean, they got Jahad Barron, who they just picked up. You got my man Patrick Surtain. You got Riley Moss. This is a sick secondary over there in Denver.
Yeah, I like Denver. I like Denver's overall defense. I think that they're very, very, very good. They're very, very well coached. Sean Payton has done a very, very good job with them. But the biggest thing that I like the most is I like the potential of Benito, whatever his name is. I think he has a chance to be a 16 sack guy. 16 sacks means he has a chance to be really, really good, an elite player, and a perennial Pro Bowler or Pro type of selection. I think that he just has to continue to work on those hands. If he gets his hand placement where it needs to be, and he really gets another move besides the bull rush, I need a bull and jerk. I need a swim move. I need a rip under. If we can get some consistent moves and he becomes instinctual with it and he can feel that out, that'll be a guy that'll turn that defense up another level.
Because
I
he
think
is one of
that'll
those
be the
guys
thing
that can
too.
bull rush and like he destroys running backs when they try to fill. Because my man Nick's running people over out of Oklahoma.
Yeah, he is. He is. And like I said, he's really, really good size. 6'3", about 260.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a damn good player. Damn good player. But again, that is going to be he's a damn good player. Damn good player. But again, that is going to be the piece. Even with them having Surtain and Surtain being their best defensive player, he might be the key to that defense going to the next level because if he becomes their best defensive player, that gives you what you ultimately want. You want your defensive end or your best pass rusher to be your best player, and then you would like your corner to be the second best player on your defense because those are the pillars of the actual defense. One is rushing, one is protecting the guy who's rushing. That's what you need. So they have a lot of the components. I like what Denver has. I think this young Tennessee team has a defense that's going to be able to make Bo Nix, though, see what he has this year. Denver's offensive line is good, but I think it can be a little bit better. I think they're getting a little older too, because you have to remember Garrett Bowles is still getting a little older, and with all of that being said, I really, really think that they're still figuring out some things on the right side. Not saying they're bad, but they can still get got. And that's going to be the key. Which defense can stop the other defense? I just think Denver's defense can hold Tennessee to under 17 points, and I think 17 points is an easy money for Denver.
Makes me think about that first under of the year right there, baby. Denver and Tennessee Titans under. The other thing is I'm also was fascinated. Like I love Denver in the aspect of what they did with Jahad Barron. They're going secondary. I mean, again, they play in a division with Patrick Mahomes. They brought over my man Geno Smith at the Raiders, and of course we know Justin Herbert and all them over there. So you're going to have to stop some passes. I like that. But also then Sean Payton, he either must know something, because if you notice their second or third round picks were fascinating. It looks like R.J. Harvey might be their opening day starter at running back out of Central Florida. Second round pick running back out of Central Florida. And then they took Pat Bryant out of Illinois, the wide receiver, in the third round. And you look at the depth chart already for this year, and they got his ass out there playing. That's a lot to expect. I mean, I know you got Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims, and you're gonna have a rookie Pat Bryant out there. They brought over Evan Ingram. You're gonna have a rookie and R.J. Harvey back there running. They have Audric Estime as well, but I don't think he's a number one. So we always think of Sean Payton and offense and Drew Brees. He's now got Bo Nix, a little quarterback. They got Cortland Sutton, but it looks like he's building a defensive team right now.
Well, Sean is one of those guys that he understands a lot of things about football. He understands that the defensive aspect is his defense needs to be a little bit more athletic. And the one thing that Sean Payton did even when he was in New Orleans is he built a very, very good defense, and he built it with the ability to have some interchangeable pieces. So you could have interchangeable pieces as long as you had Marshawn Lattimore. You could have some interchangeable pieces on the defensive line as long as you had Cam Jordan. You can have some other interchangeable pieces as long as you have, some mainstay guys at linebackers like A.J. Klein or like DeMario Davis. So you'll have your pillar guys. And then to make matters even more interesting, like he's went through the safety gauntlet and got all different types of safeties. So what I really want to see more than anything is I want to see what he's going to do with the running game, because the running game for Denver is going to be its backbone, because that's just something that Sean Payton is not scared to do. We've watched Sean Payton over the years in a playoff game run the ball 26 times in a row and didn't waver from it because a team couldn't stop it. That's the type of stuff that he's looking to do with R.J. Harvey. Excuse me. So I want everybody to really focus this year on what the running game looks like for Denver. That'll be indicative of if they beat Kansas City or not.
Man.
That'll be indicative of where they go.
It's going to be interesting. And also, a lot of people also forget now, Sean Payton, again, we think constantly Drew Brees, offense, get the ball out of your hands, accurate. Dude, he was also the coach, bro, when Greg Williams was the defensive coordinator. Remember Bounty Gate, bro, back in 2012 when they almost killed Brett Favre?
Absolutely.
Yes. Sean Payton, cold-blooded fool.
Yes. He's gonna try to protect his quarterback the best that he can, but the other opposing quarterback, he's gonna try to go after you.
And then the other things, we could do this all day, but you would probably shoot me and get in trouble probably at work or something. But the Tennessee Titans, we got just with the Denver game and just kind of thinking about how they're going to match up, everything that they got going on in this season. But man, I just got to ask you right now, how long does Jim Harbaugh have in San Diego for people before they start getting a little bit like, hey man, come on, Jim. I know he's got just 1 year behind him, but that was a terrible way to end the season last year. Justin Herbert looked like trash, and that defense got carved the hell up.
Well, this is what I think is the funniest part about Jim, right? I don't think Jim is under any fire for the next 4 or 5 seasons. I think he's okay. I think the issue with San Diego, because we're going to start off San Diego, because they ain't playing like they ain't playing like they in L.A. There's no flash there. The problem is you went away from veteran receivers and you got the younger guys, and the younger guys can't catch.
That's
Quentin Johnson had about 5 drops last year that pissed me clean off. And when I say pissed me clean off, like I just walked away from the game. I said, you know what, this is not football. What is this? Like, it's games where you're dropping the ball and it's costing your team in those situations. And it's diabolical how he's dropping the ball. These are plays in which this is a player that you invested first-round draft capital in, and the draft capital isn't paying off. The Chargers drafted first-round receivers 2 or 3 years in a row, or 2 or 3 years in a consecutive stretch, and then you get rid of Keenan Allen. Then you get rid of all of these receivers that you have, and now you turn it back around, and now you bring back Mike Williams. You let Josh Palmer to go. Like, these guys didn't work out for you. What made you scout these guys and say, we need to get a receiver? What was it like? What were we thinking when we knew we had other people? Like, the Chargers are always the front office to me that seems to be the smartest, dumb MFers in the room. The drafting has been atrocious, and before Harbaugh, the coaching has been a laughingstock. You had a good year here, a
Brandon
good
was the
year
worst
there,
coach
but
I've ever seen.
who?
Brandon Staley was the worst coach. Like, I mean, when he was with the Chargers, that was embarrassing.
The Chargers have frustrated me long enough. So, Johnny, let's move on.
I'm there. I got to get over here. I got to know one thing, man. They got the Rams in week number 2. We talked about how much we like the Rams this year, especially over that NFC West. I like them big time again because you have one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Period. I mean, he's up there. He in his prime. He wasn't far from Mahomes. He ain't far from Burrow. He ain't far from anybody. He just spent a decade in Detroit, but got him a chip. The Rams, what they've done this year, I just I like them. And last year, I will say I thought the Rams had the second best defense in the postseason in the NFC behind the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, we saw that they just destroyed Sam Darnold. They gave the Eagles a better damn game than most people. And Kyron Williams is a legit running back. Black up Blake Corum, Puka Nakua. You bring over Devontae Adams. Like, Sean McVay is that dude. I feel like this young defense with the old head quarterback and Matt Stafford bringing in a couple wide receivers with bringing somebody to join Puka Nakua. This team, like right now, I think they are primed and they are ready. And I have a feeling Tennessee going to get killed that week.
So, here's the one weakness that the Rams have. They're not physical at the point of attack. Philadelphia and Baltimore, teams that are physical at the point of attack, will still handle them. So that is good news for Tennessee, because if you can get the power running game going with TP. TP stands for toilet paper, for those who didn't know. I'm just playing. TP, Tony Pollard. If you can get a little bit of a power running game going, 4 yards in a cloud of dust type of a game, and you make it physical, that'll be the type of game that you can stay in. Now, I do think that the Titans are going to start 0-2, but there's going to be a little hope in that game if you run the football.
Yeah. There's that man running the footballs, everybody's best friend. One other thing is how is it all of a sudden now running backs are sexy? Did you see the guaranteed money my man Ashton Genty got?
Oh,
bro, how would you feel if you're a running back and he's got the second most guaranteed and he hadn't even played a snap? Like, this is kind of wild that they did that. I'm impressed.
All I can say, Johnny, is I'm confused as to how this is going to look in the rest of the league as we're getting ready to negotiate some contracts here.
Mm-hmm.
Just know that when some of these people negotiate their contracts, they're going to say, you gave a dude who didn't play a snap in the league the highest guarantee besides one other player.
Saquon Barkley. That's
Can you please?
Only number 2 to him.
And that's insane. And Saquon just won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
You mean to tell me Derrick Henry's deal should be just guaranteed?
Dude, Derrick Henry, by the way, did you hear about Adam Sandler saying that if he rushes for 2,000 yards this year, he is going to put him in a Adam Sandler in a movie? And he's like, dude, I got this. Damn, dude, you get him even more motivated? Lord have mercy. Watch out, King Henry.
See, and that's the next thing. I'm going to say it here on this program. If the Baltimore Ravens stop trying to make Lamar Jackson this all-elite quarterback and stop making all these throws and doing all this nonsense, and they run behind Derrick Henry and they let that defense do his job, and Lamar just plays within himself and within the offense, and you make
Super
Lamar
Bowl.
second to Derrick. There is not a team in the AFC right now, besides maybe they're in their division. All the teams in their division can stop the run. So that's not going to be the thing. Kansas City can't beat them in a game like that. That's a game where you're playing strength on weakness.
Oh, I'm
But
right
every
there
time you
with
put the
you.
bar in Lamar's hands, you make it about Lamar versus Pat. And Lamar versus Pat, there's no game with that. Yes, entertaining, but that's not the game you want to play to win. Lamar versus Josh, that's not the game you want to play to win. Make it about your best mismatch. That is your mismatch.
I'm with you there because not only is that your mismatch, but you run Derrick Henry, you're beat up in the fourth quarter. Your defense has also been beating the hell out of their other team. And also, let's not forget, there's just something about Baltimore in the secondary. Like, man, they got Marlon Humphrey back there. And then this year with their first pick, they take my man Malachi Starks. Like, damn, bro. You got Humphrey, Kyle Hamilton, Malachi Starks, Awuzie, Wiggins. That's their secondary sick. And then don't forget Raekwon Smith and Kyle Van Hoy and Washington. I mean, their defense is fully loaded.
Fully loaded. They have all of the pieces in the right spot. And then on top of that, they're physical. They do all of the small things, and they rush the passer by committee, meaning they scheme pressure, and they scheme the way that they do things, and they allow the secondary to dictate the matchups that they want. That is the stuff that you like about this team. That's what makes this team good. Again, anybody can go to Baltimore and get 10 sacks if they're a good player on the edge. You'll go to Baltimore and get 10 sacks. What this right now is about is this is about the offense fulfilling its job and doing what it's supposed to do.
Do you see Todd
And that is
Monken
give the
actually
ball
taking the
to King
reins
Henry.
and doing that? Because remember, like we still go back to the playoff game where they only handed the ball off to the running backs 8 times when they had the number one run team. They played right into the the Kansas City Chiefs' hands in the postseason 2 seasons ago. Like, do you think Todd Monken has it in him to focus on a ground and pound game?
It doesn't even need to be ground and pound, Jay. It just needs to be consistent with the running game. If I got to run the ball 3 times in a row on one drive just to get a first down, I'm doing it. If I got to run the ball 4 times, hell, I'm doing it. There's no reason. The Ravens have one of the biggest offensive lines in football, too. Their right guard weighs 340 pounds. Like, what are we doing? This is not up for debate. To all the Ravens fans and people out there who say I'm a hater and everything else like that because I talk about your team, maybe if your team did what they were supposed to do, we wouldn't be in this conversation.
You are exactly
right. I just
right.
report the news. Like, don't get mad at the weatherman for reporting the weather.
Well, people get mad at the weatherman for always being wrong, damn it. So we ain't worried about that with you. We ain't going to get up on you. But I do got to tell you, I got to go pay some bills and get out of here. And everybody and their grandmother's been hitting me up with all kinds of goodness. Thank you, Jerm, for joining us. Tell everybody where they can find you, what you got coming down the pipe, and where you are on the X or Twitter.
Well, on X, you can Germ So True. You can follow me there. You're going to see some. Actually, been getting a little bit more on X, y'all. So we got some scouting content, got a little bit of other stuff going on. So make sure you check me out there. Of course, views from the 22, 94 feet of life. Make sure you guys are joining the groups, interacting with us there. And it's a lot of stuff coming down. We had to replan the draft show. So we're gonna still do the draft show, guys. Just give us a week. We're gonna figure out when we're gonna be able to do it because we got to get everybody there. And besides that, of course, we're gonna probably end up having another show for 94 coming up here soon in a week or two. The finals is going, and just to give you guys a little bit of a preview before we pay these bills, Indiana took a nice little game one, and that was great. And great comeback, great for basketball, great for everything else. OKC came back and was like rocket pads, like David Chappelle said, rocket pads, all in that. Now game 3 shifts back to Indiana. The question I pose to America, to all the people, can the Pacers get a balanced game like they got in game 1, and then OKC has a balanced game like game 2, and that be enough to win another game? I am Jerv So True.
You are the man. Germ, I appreciate you more than anything. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the finals tomorrow night. Stay up on that dadgum football, and we'll be talking again next Tuesday, my friend.
Absolutely.
That is
True
Jeremy Manning. True man out. I got to tell you right now, I'm also got to take a break because I'm late, but I did want to tell you something. You know when you got to get away? Darian, I know you're that kind of guy.
Yes, we are.
You're like, dude, I got to get away. Calgon, take me away. Well, they don't even have Calgon anymore, do they? Have you seen one of those commercials?
What? What's the name of it? Cal what?
You don't remember Calgon commercials? Are you being serious? The lady in the bathtub and like would pull her little leg out and rub her leg, and she'd have a rough day at work. Like, oh my goodness, it's such a tough day out here in these high heels in a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. Like freaking out, and then they go home and they're like, Calgon, take me away, and then they're like, have it in a wonderful place. You don't remember those commercials for real? Well, my Calgon ain't Calgon, bro. Mine's Getaway Sports Bar because they got the coldest beer in town. They got 15 televisions that are big as like a wall. They got 20 plus TVs. They're always tuned to sports. 6 pool tables, 2 dartboards, and golden tea. And they got some fine bar grub. Getaway Sports Bar, 4632 Winchester Road. When it's time to just get away, get your butt in the car. Don't say another word and head to 4632 Winchester Road to Getaway Sports Bar. We're going to take a quick time out. I'll be back in 2 Shake, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. If wedding bells are in your future, you need an unforgettable engagement ring from a jeweler you can trust. And that's been James Gaddis Jewelers for over 60 years. With a huge selection and the best prices, James Gaddis is a master jeweler and diamondologist. Beautiful jewelry from James Gaddis is always the right choice. Choose from rings to earrings, necklaces to bracelets, and gemstones to watches. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers, 4900 Poplar, online at GaddisJewelers.com and Instagram at Gaddis Jewelers. Say I do at James Gaddis Jewelers.
I love my wife, but like most couples, we have different sleeping needs. One of us likes it warm, and the other prefers to stay cool. You can probably guess who's who. About 15 years ago, I set out on a mission to find the perfect fabric to keep us both comfortable. I found it in Viscose from Bamboo. I'm Tyler, founder of Cozy Earth. Cozy Earth offers the softest, most comfortable sheets, towels, PJs, joggers, and more. Our premium bamboo viscose fabric is incredibly soft, breathable, and moisture-wicking, helping regulate body temperature so you stay comfortable all day and night. Unbelievably cozy, ethically sourced, and designed to add a touch of luxury to your home. I believe so strongly that our sheets will turn your bed into a sanctuary that if you sleep in our sheets for 100 nights and don't absolutely love your experience, we will refund your money, no questions asked. I'm so confident that you'll love Cozy Earth that I guarantee it. It truly is the gift that keeps on giving.
Go to CozyEarth.com and use code CozyComfort to save up to 40%. That's CozyEarth.com. Code CozyComfort.
That's the whole point. It's a secret.
Why does Central Barbecue feel like they have to keep the ingredients of their dry rub a secret?
Because it's just that good. If people could find out the ingredients in Central Barbecue's dry rub, they could reverse engineer it and make their own Central Barbecue dry rub.
Reverse engineer? These aren't state secrets.
They may as well be. This is serious business. Central Barbecue already tells everybody that they slow smoke their meat for a full 24 hours over hickory and pecan, and that there's never any sauce in the pit. They're giving away too much information as it is.
They're not giving away secrets. It's advertising. They're boasting about those things.
You are so naive.
The very last thing anyone wants is to burden their family after passing. That's why having a trust or a will is essential. It ensures your loved ones, your spouse, children, or Anyone you care about clearly understand your wishes and don't have to deal with confusion, drama, or legal hassles while grieving. Without a will, your assets could be distributed in ways you never intended. People you care about could be left out completely. Also, probate can be a long, complicated, expensive process, and it's avoidable if you have a simple trust in place. A trust or a will sets a clear plan for how you want your estate handled. They're simple, affordable, give you peace of mind. I have a simple, revocable trust, and knowing my family won't have to go through probate brings real comfort. Trustandwill.com. They make it easy. They're the leaders in creating personalized trusts and wills to protect your legacy and loved ones. Do the right thing. Protect your family. Visit trustandwill.com today for total peace of mind.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises. Pools, and more pools. Yes, it is pool time at Family Leisure. Family Leisure is already booking pool installs, so you need to buy now and get on that list. 24-foot pools start at $19.99 install. Liners are starting at $2.99. You're going to need some pool accessories, so they're all up to 20% off. Not quite ready for a pool? That's fine. Get a 5 or 6 person hot tub starting at under $7,000. You can also go for a swim spa or perhaps a cold plunge tub. Those are now $2,000 off. Get patio furniture up to 50% off on select sets. Buy your pool now. Get on that install list. Mention this commercial, and your install is free. It's underlined in the in-bold print, so you know it's big. It's pool time at Family Leisure. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Cheetos Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, man. We learned that Jeremy, my man Mo, Germ. Now I say Mo. Why do I keep saying Mo? Because it's Larry, Curly, and Mo. If I was a Three Stooges, dude, if I was one of the Three Stooges, which one would I be?
Oh, you're easily Mo.
But not ho Mo, right?
No, Mo was the leader. That's all that was. Mo was the leader.
Okay.
Curly and Larry. I would be Larry. I'm the smart one.
Larry, I'll be Curly.
And he would be Curly, and Dacus could be Shemp.
Did you just call him a gimp?
Shemp. No, it was a fourth.
Oh, yeah,
it was
I
a
know.
fourth one. Shemp. And Shemp was actually the
It
funny
did make me
one.
think, though, of Pulp Fiction. Remember when they caught the spider, and he's like, yo, I got me a spider in my web, and they go down there, and they took poor Ving Rhames and put a damn ball in his mouth, and boy, Bruce Willis, you talk about a man with conviction. Ving Rhames was going to kill him, but he was not going to let another man go through that anymore.
What, he take them pliers to him or something like that?
Boy, I think it was like an axe, bro. Zane's dead. I remember that. We have been talking a little bit about movies for some reason today. Found something very disturbing. Thank you, Shane. Got some good stuff from a few texters I'm going to read here in a minute.
I can't wait till you get to that. Your Texans have been in fuego today.
They are always in fuego. They're hot, hot, hot.
Especially Randy.
And some days I can read, some days I can't.
I got you. I'm here to tee these up for you. I mean, you got everything from baseball to NFL coming from the Sissies
Bro,
Login
you know what, man?
Texter line.
You just like my man in Driving Miss Daisy, bro. I'm just sitting in the back seat like that mean old wench. What was it, like Jessica Tandy or something? What was that girl's name? Oh, talking to Morgan Freeman. All right, Miss Daisy. Come on, Miss Daisy. Come on, Miss Daisy. Thank you.
Driving Miss Johnny.
Thank you for driving me so well. I also got to thank my people over at automaticgates.com. Go to myautomaticgates.com if you want to get them. It's myautomaticgates.com. That's simple. They will come up with a plan to seamlessly blend aesthetic appeal into security. They do it quick. They do it fast. They do it efficient. It'll look great. And guess what? When you go out in the morning to get in your car and go to work, guess what's going to happen? Your car's going to be there. Get a premium gate solution at myautomaticgates.com. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
And quickly, you were right again. I thought it was Sarah Jessica Parker, but Driving Miss Daisy was Jessica Tandy, 1989.
Girl, if you want a little candy, hang around me. It'll be a dandy.
Shout out to Randy.
Shout out to Randy. Speaking of Randy, he's been texting. He's spot on all kinds of things.
He's spot on with the McLaren tape.
Scary Terry, if you don't know who Scary Terry is, he's a football player for the Washington football team. It's now called the Commanders. Randy said, y'all got me thinking about Scary Terry. According to ESPN, here's how McLaurin ranks in the NFL among wideouts last season. Yes, he was ranked second with 13 touchdown receptions. 56 of his catches resulted in a first down, 10th. But wait for it, he was tied for 19th for the most catches with 82 on 117 targets, ranked 22nd. 1,096 yards, which ranked 15th. 4.5 yards per game, which was 27th. Compare that to Chase at 100.5 yards, Jefferson 90 yards, and his yards after the catch ranked 68th. Am I wrong, or do the numbers suggest that he's extremely productive with the catch he makes, even though he only catches 2 out of 3 and doesn't create much separation if he has so few yards after the catch?
I love Randy's take with
Great question. Scary Terry, by the way, was the only number one. Number two, we would have to go with, honestly, probably their tight end game. Scary Terry does not have the largest separation in the whole wide world. But when you say he only catches 2 out of 3, you have to look different. You can't look, Randy. You're close, but you're missing it. Because they do keep a stat of drops. And you say he only catches 2 out of 3. No. Usually 2 out of 3 are in his catch radius. Some balls are thrown away. They still go onto him as, balls being thrown his way.
Because he's doubled every game, right?
Yes,
he's doubled.
He catches the ball that's there. His drops where he was ranked way high. He does not miss in his catch radius. He was very high statistically. If you looked at the advanced analytics, StatCast, all that stuff, Scary Terry did very well. Now, is he taking the top off that joint? No, he is not Jamar Chase. And no, he ain't Justin Jefferson. But you know what he is?
He's scary.
He's Scary Terry, and you're gonna freak out when I say this because he's the greatest wide receiver of all time.
Come on.
But he's kind of Jerry Rice.
Come on, I knew. Look at you, and I ain't even mad at it. I'm not mad at that, John.
Jerry Rice never was once in his entire life the fastest wide receiver. In fact, he wasn't even top 15. Jerry Rice never just blew the top off of everybody. But you know what Jerry did? He caught the damn football. He wasn't afraid to go over the middle. Scary Terry's scary because he'll go right over that damn middle. He'll run that square in between the linebackers and the safeties. He'll run that quick slant when a linebacker's bearing down on him or a strong safety and a free safety coming up to light his ass. He is not Jerry Rice. Because he ain't playing with Joe Montana.
He ain't got John Taylor on the other side of him,
He also ain't playing with one of the greatest minds of the NFL in a long damn time.
Bill Walsh.
I was getting ready to say, if you don't know this and you're a 49er fan, you crazy. Hell,
George
George
Seifert.
Seifert wasn't
Come on,
bad
John!
himself, son. Come on now.
Don't get me started. I have very little to be happy with them for right now. But back in the day,
I mean, you got Joe, you got Jerry out there catching passes from Joe Montana. Oh, and then, he gets a little Steve Young. You go from, Mr. Walsh to George Seifert. They love men with gray hair out there.
J.J. Stokes,
Let's
T.O.
not forget their defense had Ronnie freaking Lott over there who was lighting people up and biting off his
Merton Hanks.
cutting off his finger. Merton Hanks, who had the longest neck in the
Come on,
history of
John!
the world. Do that Hanks thing, baby. Like, that's different. Jerry was on a great team. Jerry goes down as the greatest wide receiver of all time. But, like, if I think we went same thing, and switched them, Jerry Rice today is Terry McLaurin in this style of game that we play today, and I think Terry McLaurin would be like a Jerry Rice of Joe Montana and damn Steve Young and Barrett Jones and Roger Craig and that offensive line.
Radio, you're the man. I
So
just know I love you for the rest of the day.
So what Scary Terry does for quarterbacks, he reads defenses. He runs the correct route. He's where he's supposed to be. He's not afraid to go over the middle. He catches the ball that's thrown to him. I actually, Randy, think he's underrated.
He is, but I got to turn into Miss Daisy on you. You got to give me some wood first. Give me some wood. That was all about Randy. Give me some wood. What you got?
Sorry, Randy.
No, you did Randy justice.
I got some wood for you. You ready?
Let's do it.
Shane, crack the code. This we talked about early because somehow we were talking about, how did I even get on Tom Hanks? Do you have
Forrest Gump. We were talking about Forrest Gump.
I thought it was like,
and then you started the accent.
I was making fun of somebody who was like, yeah, Tom Hanks should have won an Oscar with Big or something.
And then you started doing his voice and it never stopped.
And then I did a little bit of Forrest Gump. And then we talked about, like, didn't Jenny have AIDS? Like, wasn't she like the first back in the day? Like, she was like Magic. She was like Eazy-E because Jenny died. She wasn't like Magic. So that's how we tied it in with sports. And then I was like, you know what? If Jenny came to Forrest and was like, hello, Forrest, I'm sorry, but I have AIDS, he would say, I don't care, Jenny. Just give it to me one time. I will die like Easy or live like Magic, but my Bubba Gump wants some attention.
Landon had to enlighten me and let me know that Jenny and Forrest had a baby at the end of the movie.
But this is what I just found. I know it's Shane, bro. Shane sent this in, buddy. This is like, you got to read this stuff. Shane came up and said, bro, Forrest had a baby with Jenny. And I'm like, what? So Jenny gave Forrest Gump AIDS and we never talked about it?
Calls her the biggest villain in movie history.
She gave Forrest Gump AIDS and then goes off and also gives him a sick son with AIDS? Damn, man.
About to turn happy hour into
No
sad
wonder
hour.
life is like a box of chocolates. You'll never know what you'll get inside. Damn, bro. Jay Ham, the historian from 94 Feet of Life, said, yeah, bro. It's tough. It's hard out here for a pimp. Die like Easy or live like Magic. I'm going to live like Magic, but I'll tell you one thing. Eazy-E don't be playing them games back in the day. I will tell you, I'm not playing any games tonight.
No bets tonight?
I don't have any college baseball games.
You bet on the Cardinals and the
I'm leaving for Pickwick.
Blue Jays.
I'm not going to have time to study. I'm going to have 4 grandchildren and 2 daughters and a bunch of stuff going on. So, sorry, people, I don't have a bet for you.
You know I envy your in-game betting because I live in Mississippi. I can't do it.
Dude, I know. That's terrible, isn't it?
It saves me probably a lot of scratch, though.
You know what? I think that's why me and Chas are still engaged, because my other girlfriend, I would spend all my time at the casinos back in the day before MGM. How did anybody have a relationship that lasts until BetMGM came around? I hope everybody has a wonderful week. I hope you miss me. I'll be back on Monday for Landon, for Germ, for Darian. Get out there, make the world a better place. See you on the flip side. Peace.